What's the date today?
Monday, 5.
Monday, March 5, April 5.
So
The day following, this is called Easter Monday, because yesterday was Easter Sunday. And so tomorrow night is a board meeting of the Southgate Community Advisory Board, of which I did serve as an advisor. And I have as my helper here today, Mohammed, who currently serves on that board. And they are preparing their testimony to seek financial support from Fairfax County to keep that program going as a contributor to the future of that section of Reston. There's some background that I will share with the audience on this one. Is that a number of years ago, RCA, of which I was a founding member, had a low-income housing committee, of which I was the chair, and we advocated for the development of affordable housing in Reston. And it was only in the Southgate area, Stonegate area of Reston that land was available. And so, contrary to the concept of Reston, where there would be disbursement and a distribution of a wide variety of types of housing, the low-cost housing was all concentrated in that neighborhood. That is described in a paper that is contained in my website that deals with the school boundary issue. And so as being somewhat responsible for the development of that section of Reston, I now have the obligation to. I'm not serving on the board anymore because I'm in advisory capacity, because I'm stuck in a wheelchair, and so I can't make the meetings to make a quorum. So I'm going to give some more background that I'm going to deal with today. Is that a number of years ago, the Chamber of Commerce wanted to improve the attitude of the young high school kids that were just lingering around Lake Ann Plaza. And the police department said, well, what are you doing for them? What do you mean, what are we doing? They said, well, you're giving them jobs? Not really. Should we? Sure. So the Chamber of Commerce agreed to establish a teenage job assistance program, summer program. And so how are we going to run that? And the paper announced that week that a merchant in Lake Ann who had been involved in some unsavory activities was sentenced to a number of hours of community service. So we went to the judge and said, you know, could we seek this man's assistance to operate a job program for teenagers to work off his community service? The judge said, of course you can. And so now I bring that to the table again right now. Is that I know that today Gilbert Arenas, formerly with the Washington basketball team, has been sentenced to community service. And in the Southgate Center we have a wonderful basketball program that is operated by Bob Dean. And so that would be something that could be an outreach now. If we could seek to have the courts assign Gilbert Arenas to do some work here, and he could contribute to the basketball clinics that we've been having, and that would contribute to the establishment of a connectivity of that section of Reston to the International Center, to Hunter's Woods, which they are in walking distance, and that would serve as a foundation for improving the whole rate of climb for the people graduating from South Lakes High School, because that work could move it forward. And I am committed to that for a number of reasons. One is that yesterday a number of the grandchildren and their friends were at the same brunch on Easter. They at some point will become South Lake students. So now is the time to put the ignition pedal down and do a Toyota job with them and get that going at this time. And I can't be there to attend the meeting, but I do say that to the Board of Supervisors is that Reston was the place that broke the racial barrier that established the multicultural aspect of Northern Virginia. As documented in another element that is being included in this presentation is Black History of Reston, which Mr. Mohammed helped me put together. And so I thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for all of that. I think that covers all the points I wanted to deal with in this documentary. Thank you for your attention.